the last workout I had with the Chicago Bears, they told me that Coach Lovey was there, and he said, Devin, I promise you, you still on the clock. When it's our time, we will take you. And so leading up to that, Tennessee had, I don't know if you guys ever heard the story, but Tennessee had the 33rd pick in the draft. And they called me, congratulated me, talked to my mom, started scheduling the flights and everything for me to come out. And at the time, they had just picked up the OC from SC. And so the last 5 seconds on the clock, it got silent.
He is one of one for a lot of different reasons. The greatest return man in NFL history and the latest Pro Football Hall of Famer, Devin Hester. You remain ridiculous. Good to see you, Devin. Grab a microphone. Oh yeah, I love the smile. Love the jacket. Love the jacket. Looking good. Also, a football coach these days. He's got sons playing football as well. The great Devin Hester, kind enough to join us. Devin, how you doing, friend? What's going on?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you guys, man? Y'all hanging in there?
All right, so it's been a few months, right, since you got that gold jacket?
Oh, yeah, most definitely, man. I'm enjoying every moment.
Yeah, what's happened since? Like, what have you noticed different? What's been going on?
Traveling a lot now. Staying busy, active with everything the Hall of Fame is doing during the off season. It's a lot. Once I get back home in 2 days, I got to fly out again. So it's been a lot of work going on, and for the good cause too. I've been getting a lot of more endorsement deals, so that's been helping out a lot.
That's what the gold jacket brings, right?
You know,
yeah, most definitely.
Devin, you came aboard, and I remember Jeff and I interviewing you as a rookie, and you were kind of an introverted guy. But I got to tell you, your speech at the Hall of Fame was unbelievable, man. You did an absolutely fantastic job. Has anything been that nerve-wracking since, or is that one of the most nerve-wracking things that you've been through leading up to the Hall of Fame?
I got to be honest with you guys. That speech there was more nervous than me returning opening kickoff in the Super Bowl. To be honest with you.
Well, you scored a touchdown then, too. So 2 touchdowns.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
How do you feel differently you were a Hall of Famer prior to getting the gold jacket in many people's estimation. How are you different now? Are you different in any way, shape, or form? Is the confidence level even higher than it was before?
I think now it's just, as a player, when you know you're going to make the Hall of Fame, as well as the fans and everybody out there that follow football, it's nothing like it until you put the stamp on it. And so we knew it was going to happen. We didn't know when, but once it was solidified, then it was like, okay, I'm happy he's finally in.
Oh, Jeff mentioned the jacket, and I always like to ask Hall of Famers this question. Do you wear it only on special occasions? Will there be a night when you're feeling a little good, and all of a sudden you'll throw on the jacket, the gold jacket at home, and sort of walk around the house and just say, I'm a Hall of Famer? Take me through that. What do you do with the jacket?
I have a nice trophy case that's at home. And I got 3 jackets in there. I got my Hall of Fame jacket from UM. Of course, the Hall of Fame jacket. And then I got the top 100 greatest all players of the NFL burgundy jacket in there. And I actually brought it out one time. My son, at the end of the year, they have a award ceremony, which is called the ESPYs Award. And it's a black tie event. You dress up, and I actually wore it there. So, yeah.
Hey, wear it proudly. You earned it, buddy.
Yeah,
You earned it for sure. Devin Hester, our guest here at the Bears draft party at Soldier Field, getting ready for the first round of the draft. Bears with the 10th pick. We always do this whenever we have a guy who played and wore the uniform leading up to your draft. What was going through your head? It was certainly not the rumor mill of today with social media, but what was your idea of where you might go? What was the thinking? You knew the Bears were interested in you in a great deal. Mark Sadowski, now with the Pittsburgh Steelers, stood on the table for you. But leading up to that, did you have an inclination, and what was your state of mind heading into that 2006 draft?
Well, back then, I would say 3 teams that was really constantly contacting me and doing special workouts, which was the Bears, Cincinnati Bengals, and Tennessee Titans. And the last workout I had with the Chicago Bears, they told me that Coach Lovey was there, and he said, Devin, I promise you, you still on the clock. When it's our time, we will take you. And so leading up to that, Tennessee had, I don't know if you guys ever heard the story, but Tennessee had the 33rd pick in the draft. And they called me, congratulated me, talked to my mom, started scheduling the flights and everything for me to come out. And at the time, they had just picked up the OC from SC. And so the last 5 seconds on the clock, it got silent. And they hopped on the phone and said, sorry, Devin, we're going to go in a different direction. And that's when they drafted Lindell White.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the
I
last
don't remember that.
No.
Yeah. So the whole time when they was on the clock, they called me right away. Bang.
Oh, you had to have been like, hey, what's
Man.
going on here?
So that was the 33rd pick. And after that, man, I was the most, like, that was very frustrating for me because I sat there and talked to them the whole time and it didn't get drafted. So I was really frustrated. I was like, man, this is how the draft really goes. And so I was just frustrated the whole time, and then that's when the Bears called me with the 57th pick.
Devin, your talent got you in the Hall of Fame. Is your talent coachable or teachable? Or is it your innate ability and how you saw the field to allow you to do what you did?
That's what it is. I think it not only for me, I've been blessed to play both sides of the ball. And so even, all 3 phases, if you look at it, special team-wise, offense and defense. So coaching youth football, understanding kids, understanding each player learns different is something that I learned as coaching from my experience as well as other players. So that whole circle around the situation of coaching football has really grew me into a better coach because of the experience that I had growing up playing football and getting an opportunity to play in the NFL.
Is there anybody in the league now that reminds you of you? Anybody close?
1-1.
You're 1-1. You're 1-1.
Half of you. Nobody.
Yeah.
You can say no.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's right.
I don't think so.
No's an acceptable answer.
Yes, it is.
Here's a question that I have for you, and I know how much you looked up to Dion,
Gotcha.
and how much Dion would text you and would motivate you. He'd come on our show and he'd tell us about this stuff while this was going on. He coached Travis Hunter.
Gotcha.
Travis Hunter can do it all.
Gotcha.
You're coaching right now.
Uh-huh.
If you had Travis Hunter on your team, what would he do? Would you make him pick a side, and which side? And if not, would you let him play both sides of the ball?
Travis was in a better situation than I was when it came to college football. So the coach was smart enough, well, not I wouldn't say smart enough, but had a great idea of how to utilize his talent, right? I came out of high school as the #1 rated corner, right? I was a pure lockdown corner. But then I brought the ball skills because I played running back in high school. And so the return game was there, and whenever I got my hands on the ball, I was one of the best offensive players out there, period. But the key thing was getting the ball in my hand. And so when you look at Travis' situation, they find a way to design plays for him to get open. A lot of crossing routes, a lot of picking routes, changing the route combination once they understand the defense, what coverage they're running. So you utilize that. I feel like right now Travis is going to be a great corner. But if you get an offensive coordinator that has the creative idea to utilize Travis' talent, he don't have to play 50, 60 snaps on offense. This guy can go in and play 20 snaps on offense and touch the ball about 5 or 6 times and will be a great asset to the offense.
I got a question to follow up on that because, yes, he says, hey, I want to do it all. But the reality of the NFL with meeting time, you know, you were doing school in Colorado, but now you got meetings galore. How did you handle the meeting situation? Because early on you did a little everything. And how would he be able to handle all the meetings and the demands of his time if he were to do both?
Like I say, defensive-wise, it's pretty simple. All you really got to learn is a couple of blitzing schemes But the coverages are self-explanatory. Everybody run 1, 2, 3, or 4, or cover 2 or quarters. Offensive-wise, like I say, don't give him the whole playbook.
Yeah.
Design, 15 to 30 plays, right? And all you have to do is just mix up the formations. Now you got, from 30 plays, you got 90 plays because one position he's at the Z. It's the same as that play, but now put him at the F.
Would you like to play offense for Ben Johnson?
Most definitely.
Would you like to return kickoffs in today's NFL?
I would have loved it.
I don't know how many touchdowns
loved
you would have, Devin. It would be incredible how many more touchdowns you would score with this scheme.
I say that every time I watch it, these guys don't realize the opportunity they have because it's a one wedge. It's once you break the first crease, there's nobody there. And I think that's what God blessed me with is once I see a hole, I hit it. And once I hit that hole, it's nobody else back there. It's a one line, you break one hole, you find one hole, and you take it and go.
Do you like the new kickoff rule?
I love it.
Yeah?
I love it. I love the new kicker. I wish I was playing when they had it.
Yeah.
Do you ever train kids to return punts and kicks? Not just your own sons, but do people ever seek you out? Hey, can you teach my son how to do what you did?
It's never asking could I teach their son. It's always what makes a great returner. Is really the question I get asked a lot. And, I kind of give my advice on what I did. And like I said, it's easier said than done because you have to be blessed with some of the tangibles to make you great at it. The vision, the speed, to be able to see holes before they even actually open up. And that comes with a lot of repetition and just being natural and instant. And so I give my advice, but that's as much as I can really give.
When you see these Bears fans here, and you think about it was 19 years ago that you were drafted, we're going to be coming up on the 20-year anniversary. Does it feel like it's been almost 20 years, or does it feel like yesterday you were in that end zone playing it up to the crowd with the Superman song and everything like that?
It kind of feels like it's been a while, I guess because we're getting up there in age and all that. But at the same time, this is a great city. I wouldn't pick no other city. And I told my wife this the other day, if I ever move out of Florida, I'm going back to Chicago. So I love this town. I love this city, man, and it's a great team to play for.
What have you watched Ashton Genty at all? There's a lot of talk that the Bears could be interested. What would you think if they got a running back like that?
Me personally, I feel like with the OC that we picked up from Detroit, his offense is designed around a two-back system. I feel like the running backs that he had in the system, Montgomery and Gibbs, opens up his passing game. So I feel like you have to find some type of running back that's explosive, like Gibbs and Montgomery. And if he can find somebody in that same tangible or that same type of atmosphere, ability or playmaking ability, then I feel like his offense will be very successful.
Devin, at what level would you like to coach to? Are you happy where you're at, or are you looking to move up the ladder?
I have young kids right now, so I really want to spend as much time and coach them up. Maybe when they get to high school or college, they decide they don't want to play no more, and then I may want to move up to another level. But as long as I have, my youngest one is 7, so I'm stuck with him until he says he don't want to play no more. And then it's now I may venture off to try to find something else to do.
What's the hardest part about being a coach?
The hardest part about being a coach is when you're coaching. Well, in my situation, you're coaching kids, and they don't see the big picture until it's actually done, for them to believe it. As far as adults, you can tell them something, and they watch it on TV or they watch it play, and then they believe it. When it comes to kids, they don't believe nothing you say or the way you explain it until they actually do it. So that's the hardest part for me with coaching right now is getting the kids to understand and believe before they actually do it.
How's the ankle bully doing? What's going on? Fill us in.
So
tell everybody who the ankle bully is.
So the ankle bully is my middle son. His name is Drayton. He's a mini me. he's actually playing AAU football, basketball right now, and he's doing a little 7-on-7. But we just finished up our previous season, ended up going undefeated, winning the Super Bowl.
Hey, congratulations.
And he won the Heisman Trophy of the league.
Wow. So he's doing well.
Like father, like son.
Yeah, nice.
Devin, when you look at Joniak, and I know he's important to you because of his calls, tell me when you heard the first time he said, Devin Hester, you are ridiculous, and what that means to you, as he was the soundtrack of your career.
I feel like it's no touchdown that's nationally televised without Jeff's voice in it. Like I can't recall a touchdown that I made where you don't hear him talking. So I feel like we are peanut butter and jelly without.
I like it. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with peanut butter and jelly, Devin.
Right. So without his voice on any of my returns, man, it seemed like it's copyrighted.
That's awesome.
Well, you put a lot of pressure on me. Once it started happening, I'm like, you can't mess this up. It's just got to, and it just, just like you, it just kind of happens, right? It just kind of happens. You go with your instincts and let it rip. But boy, it was, even your teammates talk about it all the time, and I, as fans, you're not taking a restroom break when Devin's taking the opening kickoff. Certainly not on Super Bowl Sunday. You better not have in 2006. But you just get dialed in. The players off the bench, all on the sideline watching you. It was a show. It was an event. It was the Devin. Now, granted, much respect to all your teammates who blocked on special teams for you, kick and punt return, and the job they did. But it was a show. It was a show, and you played it up as a show.
Yeah, not only was it the teammates, but also Coach Dave told, man. I give a lot of credit to Coach Dave, man. The mastermind that he had when it came to returns and the vision that he had. And I've been around a lot of special team coaches, and a lot of coaches play safe football. When I say safe football, I mean when it's 50 on in, we going punt rush, we going punt safe. He was calling returns. And it really like motivated me to know that as a rookie, even my second year, like a coach to have that much confidence in me to call returns when we're in a situation where we know it's a 10-yard punt where the punt is punted on 10-yard line and they're forcing me to fair catch. He would get mad sometimes when I call fair catches on the 10-yard line.
Oh yeah, and he's still killing it. Talk about a great coach.
Yeah.
When you said that you were more nervous for the Hall of Fame speech, can you just tell us, I don't know if I've heard this, and I'm sure you've told it a million times, but what do you remember about going back for the first kickoff of the Super Bowl? What was going through your mind? How were you feeling there? Is it a blur? Do you see it vividly? Take us through that.
I know a lot of, well, 99.9 of you guys haven't experienced it, but just the moment of just playing in the Super Bowl, being able to be one of the first guys out there on the field. Not only that, but being able to be the first guy to ever touch the ball in the Super Bowl game. Like to go in the game knowing that you may be the first guy to touch the ball is nerve-wracking. And so when I found out we was receiving the ball, that's when it really hit me, because I was like, do you want to kick off or do you want to return? And so for me, I want to return, but at the same time, I was always nervous whenever I got back there return a kickoff or a punt. And I feel like as any athlete, if you're not nervous when you're back there, then you don't care. It's that time of your career when you need to hang it up, when you don't feel no kind of jitters. And so being back there and just charting out on the field and like, wow, you finna be the first guy to touch the ball was terrifying. But I knew if I got any nice run, 30, 40 yards, that I knew I wasn't gonna see the ball again, because they talked about it all week of not kicking it to me. So Coach Dave made it very clear, hey, Devin, if you break one for 30, 40 yards, that's it. So if you get your hands on it, you better make the best of that one opportunity because that might be your last one.
They wouldn't do it again.
Do you see the flash bulbs going off? Because when you look at a still shot of a kickoff return, you see hundreds of cameras and bulbs going off in the stands. You see it at all, or just the flight of the football?
I think it was just flight of the football at that time. Once that ball, like I always tell the story because it's true. Like once that ball is kicked off, I go deaf. I don't hear
which is crazy.
No crowd. I don't hear nobody talking. All I can see things and I see colors and I saw that brown ball float in the air.
You know what's funny now? So whether you know this or not, the young man who was chasing you down and trying to get you was Matt Giordano. He's now on the Bears coaching staff.
For real?
Yes, he's an assistant.
We've got to do a recreation.
Yeah.
Another
Because
picture.
Devin's looking up at the screen, and here comes Giordano.
Yeah. Okay.
Just got there a little late, thank goodness.
That's outstanding.
Yeah,
that's
the symmetry of this unique sport.
Yes.
It never fails me. All these stories all get connected, and one day you both will be on NFL films talking about it.
Most definitely.
You know, in your 80s, talking about remember when. But hey, we really appreciate you being here. We appreciate all the memories and the stories, and we never can say thank you enough for everything you did for this city, the Chicago Bears, and for your own self. Devin Hester, the greatest return man in
Thank y'all
NFL
for having me.
history, and a Hall of Famer.